Okay, so by popular request, I've been asked to do some news trends tarot, so that's what I'm going to do. The question came in uh, just for entertainment here. What are the possible outcomes of the war in Ukraine? And is this the end or the beginning of World War III? So let's take a look at what shows up here for this and what the cards are going to, lay out for us. So itself here, the war in Ukraine, let's look at the origins of it, the past, and into the future. And we'll keep evolving this as it moves along. So the war in Ukraine itself, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, what do we have here? The Wheel of Fortune is not going to be favorable for no one. Who's going to win here? Is this about egos? This is about power? But who's at the end? Who's going to win? No one is going to win. So where's this stemming from? Where does this stemming from? Obviously, power, control. So here with the Seven of Pentacles, where's it stemming from? There's some sense of control at the same time, in the guise of, charity, in the guise of bringing balance to where there wasn't, so that's really interesting. And where is it going? Where is this going? Well, nowhere great and nowhere fast. I mean, here we have these leaders, world leaders, and no one is any closer to where they want to be. So, some of the other questions that we can bring up here. What did they attempt to relieve with the tactical move that they made on Bakhmut? Let's take a look at that. So here we have this. Well, it looks like they were trying to make some type of balance and some type of peace, but at the end of the day, what did this really gain? So behind that, interesting that behind the Bakhmut, call it a tactical move, this was already a negotiation between parties here. At the same time, it has to do with some money. Some deal was made between these people. So these are the things that we don't see behind the scenes, but apparently, according to what I'm being able to interpret, this is what has been going on with that particular situation. And for us layman people, we don't see what these leaders are doing behind our backs, right? Another headline news regarding this war is that Ukraine has been throwing their reserves in different fronts. And, what is the outcome of such a tactical move? What is the intention behind that? Apparently, there's mentions that these were strategies that were used in World War I. Well, are old times, war strategies going to be of any benefit in, this era? Let's talk about the tactical moves that Ukraine has been, doing. So looking at this, Ukraine, while they're throwing these reserves out there in these front lines, they're trying to make some gains, but at the same time, it looks like they're still holding out. They're still holding out for something that's going to come and save them from this situation. And yeah, we have here the 7, the Chariot. So they're still waiting for their, prince in shining armor. Who's going to be there to, help them out of the situation? Does this have to do with the global American empire, accepting the deal that Putin's going to be presenting to them? On February 21, 2023, there's a fact sheet out by whitehouse.gov talking about the 1 year of supporting Ukraine. I'll post the link on here as well, where it's been over a year now since Russia launched its, attack against Ukraine. And so while Ukraine is here, you've got they're counting on this global support. They believe that, there's going to be someone to save them from what's been happening. So recently, Russian central bank called an emergency meeting after the recent plunge, and Britain intercepted Russian bombers. So what is this? Is this going to be the next World War III? Well, interesting that we have the 3 of Cups. Emotionally, we've been there at war already, emotionally. But if this was a yes or no answer, this is more drama than anything else. And it's really politics at its best at the cost of many lives. By popular demand, I am bringing this to the channel, News Trends Tarot. Leave me any questions that you'd like me to throw out here, and we'll just have a little fun, a little entertainment, a little back and forth. But do please be respectful about your position on politics. You know what they say about an opinion? We all have one, just like we have what? You can fill in the blank. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Be blessed.